guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashvika. Welcome to GLOBO ARTE magazine page channel where we make content for artists and creative entrepreneur. In today's video guys, I'm going to talk about my worst experience ever, and this was my first bad online experience. One of the client ghosted me, and that was really a big learning lesson for me. So I'm going to talk about my experience in this video. So if you're interested now, stick till the end of this video guide. Consider clicking on the like button. I would really appreciate that. And also, if you're interested in artists and creative stuff and how to make money by that, then consider subscribing to our channel. Okay guys, so if you don't know, then I'm gonna give you a little bit context of the story and all that. So I started with my art back in 2018, I guess March of 2018, and I was completely new to the art world. I wasn't knowing how to draw, how to paint and all that. I was just watching the different YouTube videos, watching other online artists, how they are making it, what are the techniques, what are the tools they are using, and I started with that. So in the beginning, I started with making a realistic graphite and charcoal portraits, especially the female portraits. And I was practicing a lot, really for whole 2018. I was keep on practicing how to draw, how to make the different medium, how to shade and all those things related to the realistic female portrait. So in the 2018, I was doing completely that, and along with that, I was just taking a picture of my artwork and posting it onto the Instagram. And Instagram was completely new for me. Like, I wasn't in the online space before that. I wasn't knowing that people do businesses in the social media and all that. So I was completely new to it. I was just posting on into the Instagram and talking to different online artists who was also posting their art and all that. So kind of like building a community around the art in my own art Instagram page. Now in the 2019, I guess in the March or April, someone contacted me on the Instagram. That person saw my picture. No, that person saw my artwork. That was a female portrait artwork. That person saw that and contacted me on the Instagram stating that she wants a commission artwork. She wants art for his or her relative or something like that. She contacted me. So I was completely new to the commission artwork. I wasn't knowing what is a freelancer and how I can make money and all that. I wasn't knowing about it. So I told them that I'm gonna get back to them in a few days and all that. So I just took a little bit time to do the research about the commission artwork, what is the freelancing, how artists make money by commission artwork and all that and all those things. I go onto the Fiverr, onto the Upwork, did my research a little bit, and then I get back to that client and I talk to that client. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, she agreed to that, and then they send the picture of their relative or their loved ones for me to make it and send it to them. So that was the deal that we had done. And then I talk about the money, because in the commission artwork, you need to talk about the money beforehand before actually getting started with that work. So I talk about the money, and since I was completely new to it, I wasn't expecting much from it because I was new to it, and this was my first client. This was my very first client that I'm actually taking. So I wasn't knowing how to price my work and all that. So that person said me that they're gonna pay me $50 for this portrait. And I said, okay, fine. Nobody is ready to pay me. Like, I didn't get any client before that, and no one is paying me for a single dollar for my artwork. And if he or she is paying me $50 for that artwork, then I'm ready for that. So I said yes to them without actually having the single thought that is it really worth my time and effort or not? Is it really worth it or not? So I just said that blankly without even thinking about it, without even prepping myself or anything like that. And okay, the deal was final. I'm gonna make that artwork, that art of his or her relatives, and she gonna pay me $50 for making that artwork. So that was kind of like a deal. So what happened, like, I took almost a week to make that artwork, because making a realistic portrait actually takes a time if you're going into the detailing, and if you are just building up the different layers and shading and sketching and all that. It actually take a long time to build that. And I remember I took a A4 size paper, like I prepared the size of the paper on which I made that artwork was kind of like an A4 size. So I started with that. I took that picture of that relative. I take a printed out and I get started with that making. And what happened, he or she kept messaging me again and again for me to show them the process behind the scenes, how I'm working on that artwork, whether I get started it or not, and what's the process behind it. And she wants a picture of each and every step along the road of which I'm working on is her piece of art. So that was okay. Client wants that pictures behind the scene. Are you really working on thing or not? That's completely fine. And I remember that I worked really hard for that client. I really worked hard for that client. And at the 12 a.m. and at the 1 to 2 a.m. at the night also, I was making that piece of artwork, trying to make it perfect, trying to make it more realistic, kind of like resemblance to the picture which she had sent me. So I was putting all my energy, all my efforts in making that thing, because this is my first client and I want a good feedback, a good review from my first client, and I want to give my all to that, because I'm a person who overvalue, who provides so much value to the client, so much value to the customer, so that they actually see that it's worth their time and effort, it's worth paying me money for that particular thing. So I just gave my everything to that piece of artwork. I was making that artwork at 2 a.m. at night, and then sleeping at 3 a.m. and then again waking up in these 7 a.m. and again getting started with that. So I took a week to make that picture, to make that artwork, and I was kept sending the pictures of my artwork, and she was kept sending me message again and again, please send me the artwork picture, how you are working on it, what's your process behind it, are you really working on it or not, I want to see the process and all that. And I was like, kept sending the pictures of that and kept going back and forth and all that. So it was a week-long process, and I was going on it. Now, at the end of the week, I was about to finish with a picture. Now, this time I did the big mistake, guys. So I'm going to tell you, don't do this mistake and don't repeat it. If you are into the freelance writing, or if you're a freelance designer or a commissioner, whatever it is, don't do it. So what I did, that she asked me the final picture of that artwork, because we have she's from some, I don't remember which country it was, but she was from the international, and since I don't know how to do the international shipping of the artwork, because I was completely new to it, so she just wanted the picture of that final piece of artwork. And at the end, what happened, like I was about to finish with the artwork, and she contacted me saying me that send me the picture of the final piece of the artwork. So I said that first you pay me the money, and then I'm gonna actually going to send you the picture of that artwork. Okay, fine. So what she did, she sent me the money via the Western Union. And guys, I could accept the money via the PayPal as well, but since I was completely new to the stuff, I don't know that whether I can receive the money from the PayPal directly. So I thought that, okay, I'm gonna go with the Western Union. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go with the Western Union. So what she did, she just paid me the money via the Western Union. And since I'm new to the Western Union as well, I don't know the process of receiving and sending the money via the Western Union. So she sent me the money by the Western Union and took the receipt of that big money which she had sent me. So she sent me the receipt of that. Like if you're sending money by the Western Union, you get some sort of a receipt, I can say, or some sort of like a confirmation that you have sent that money to the XYZ person. Send me that receipt, that picture of that confirmation that she had sent me the money, and I take it by faith. I really take it by faith. I thought that she had paid me the money, that's why she's sending me that receipt, and I do it by the faith. And I didn't receive the money, but I just do it in the good favor. I thought that she's a good person and had sent me the money. But I didn't receive the money, guys. Here the catch was that I didn't receive the money, but she sent me that receipt that I have just paid you by the Western Union. You're gonna receive I guess in the 1 or 2 business days, you're gonna receive the money in 1 or 2 business days via the Western Union. So I didn't wait for 1 to 2 business days to actually first receive the money in my bank account and then actually send her the picture of that artwork. I didn't do that. I just did it in the good faith, and I thought that she's sending me that receipt, so maybe that person is genuine and they have paid me and I'm going to receive my money in 1 to 2 business days. So why should I wait for 1 to 2 business days, and I just gonna send him the artwork, picture of that artwork right now, so that my client is happy and they're gonna give me a good review and all. I didn't receive that money in my hand in my bank account, and I sent her the picture of that artwork I made. I did that mistake, and what happened, the moment I sent her the picture of that artwork, she just blocked me. And I was like, what the hell? why she had blocked me, like what is that? And then immediately click me, I just immediately contacted to the Western Union, sent them email and talked to them that this person has sent me the money and this was the receipt and all that, and they said that nobody has sent me the money, like nobody has sent me the money on the Western Union, and that receipt was a fake receipt. And that just blew my mind. I was like, oh wow, like that client ghosted me. She just want the artwork, she just want the artwork or the commission art just for the free, and they just blocked me after getting that picture of that artwork, and I didn't get any money from it. And the Western Union people said that it was the fake receipt, that receipt was the fake, nobody in the world has sent me money via the Western Union, and that receipt was fake. And I sent me to actually, if I see that this is a fake receipt, I can file a complaint against that person, but I don't have any proof of that person because I don't have any number, any email address or anything related to that person. And that person Instagram on which she had contacted me was kind of like just a random pictures here and there, so I don't really know that person. And also the DMs, the Instagram DMs she had sent me, she just unsent that, because I guess before in the Instagram you can once send the messages or the DMs to someone and then you can unsend later on, and if that person didn't have the screenshot of that DMs or the messages, then you don't have any proof of that. And she unsent all the messages that sent me regarding that commission artwork and all that, so I don't have any proof now. Now, who I'm gonna file complaint against? Nobody in this world I know that had sent me that money. And what I'm gonna do now, like that client had ghosted me, I don't know that client, she had blocked me, that was a random Instagram page and having a random pictures, and also unsent all the messages that had sent me on the Instagram, and now I can't do anything about it. So this was just the sad story. This was my first client that I got for my commission artwork, and that was a very sad story. That was a client that really ghosted me. This was a bad thing that I did, that I didn't wait for a time for 1 to 2 business days to actually receive my money in the bank account, and then I'm gonna send that picture of that artwork or commission artwork to that person. In fact, I would say guys, if you're starting with your freelance career or with your commission artwork, just take some percentage of money beforehand only, before actually making any piece of artwork or any piece of work for that client, because you don't know when that client will say, oh, you have made this thing, I'm not happy with you, I'm gonna want my money back, and you have done so much hard work in creating that work, and now that client don't want that and they want their money back. So it's not worth your time and effort. Like, it's not worth your time and effort, so why you are doing it? So I would say take some percentage of money beforehand only, before actually investing in making anything for that client. So this was the big mistake that I did, guys, and that was a big learning curve for me, because I was completely new to the online space, and that just blew my mind, and it just told me in a second, guys, like, hey Pash, you want to learn all this stuff. Because if you don't know anything about the online space, then you're gonna meet so many fraud people in the online space, so many fake people in the online space, that they're just gonna ghost you, they're just gonna block you, and they don't even pay you for your worth, your time and effort. So I told myself I need to learn about the online space, and this is a learning thing for me, and I need to be aware of it. I need to learn all that before actually starting with any of my online business. So that was my thing, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this story. That was it for today's videos, guys. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you have any such horror story about your online money making or something like that, I would really love to hear from you, because we all do make mistakes and we learn from our mistakes, and that's how we mature and grow and all that. So I would really love to hear from you in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video, guys. See you for the next time. Take care. Bye, guys.